Hello, kids, and welcome back to Life in the Woods, episode 900. I don't know how time is going by so fast. We are not just prepared to celebrate a special episode, we are also having the Christmas vibes here. And we're having a little bit of lag. That is something that has been happening lately in our house. And with the slight chance of the every 100 episodes getting more views, if anyone knows why the heck we have 16, 15 FPS whenever we're at home, please tell me in the comments what your personal guess is, what could be causing it. I've tried removing DecoCraft, I tried removing the paintings, I removed all our drawers. Nothing is working, we're still lagging. Even if we go onto lower render distance, which I'll actually have to turn up again because lately it just keeps going down again. I don't know why. Yeah, 900 episodes. As usual, every 100 episodes we do a little overview of what we're doing, what we plan on doing, and all of the little shenanigans that we have going on here in this world. And, compared to episode 800, a big thing has changed. Something that I personally would say is not my fault. We've had our first death. But in my opinion, I didn't die. The game killed us. The game died. Which actually did kind of happen. We were walking into a desert temple while traveling. The game started lagging. There were 2 zombies there, since sometimes the desert temples are a little bit dark. We weren't down at the pressure plate thingy yet. We were just at the top of it. Game crashed. Okay, happens, but occasionally Life in the Woods takes some time to load into the world. Yeah, that is what happened. And something that I forgot is whenever we have these long load-in times, time keeps going in-game. So, we load back in. First frame that we're back in-game, we're already dead. So, unless I would have known we'd had a long load-in screen, the only thing I could have done to avoid that death was turn off mobs and change to peaceful in the main menu. So, in my opinion, this here does not count. That is not on me. If I had gone down to the TNT and then we died, I maybe would have counted that as my own death. But nope, that one is not on me. Yeah, almost 23 days playtime. And yeah, what do we, yeah, the usual thing. This is the Life in Woods Renaissance mod pack with a couple added things, like DecoCraft, for example, the Waystones mod. I have added Journey Map, because it turns out the Antique Atlas mod doesn't like large world files, and we had corruption, so now we're using Journey Map instead of the Atlas whenever we're traveling. I have animal spawn control to turn off crickets in most biomes. Yeah, Waystones, DecoCraft, what's some other stuff that we've added? I think that is basically it. Everything can be found in the description. And, yeah, this is our house. A little bit laggy, which really breaks my heart. And usually we have a nice little tool that displays the song that's playing in the background. That has been broken for a while, and I don't know if it's going to be repaired. I tried finding a replacement. I couldn't really find anything, at least nothing that seemed easy to install and not incredibly scary for little old me. So, yeah. The music is just by C418 and a few songs by Lena Rain. I can maybe link the playlist that I made. Yeah, this is our house. Ignore the lag. I hope one day we can figure out why it's happening and remove the cause or whatever it is. But yeah, this is our house. We made a little celebration cake. Then we have our office here with our traveling and project things. We have someone who helped us save the Atlas before I realized the Atlas broke, because the Atlas deleted its files. And I was like, huh! Well, that sucks. Let's go to an older backup, put the Atlas files into the world again. Yeah, shortly after that we were crashing every couple seconds. Turns out I think the Atlas wiped itself because it was getting too large. So there's that. We have some various books that we found, some of them from structures. We love traveling here on this channel. One thing that we did with the Atlas, I'm proud that we managed to do that before it was full. We uncovered the entire area around our house. Everything is... yeah, and that was a spawn point. I soon plan to travel back to spawn and check out all the structures that we found when we went from spawn to our nice little building spot. We have some resources. We have a lot of ore blocks that we need to fortune mine, but getting around to that is a little exhausting. We have a kitchen, and I really apologize for the lag. It's gonna be better once we go to different areas. I want to build a secret garden here soon. I've been saying that for a long time. I never get around to it because we still need this as a little wood farm. I like the cherry trees for that because they grow very, very fast. Here we have the Doggo Fun Cave. They got their own little cave in here. This was basically the way the game generated this, like, not real cave, and we just kind of made it look nice. They have a little bedroom with some toys if they need them. Then we have, like, the special bed. He likes the wall. Yeah, I don't know. I really, really like this build because these little cuties do deserve their own space. Okay, let's go back to the lag house. Okay. Yeah, by the way, the front of the house, of course. The terrain around here has been a little bit scuffed lately because Endermen just love it. Very Christmassy right now. Okay, really, I apologize for the frame drops. Yeah, we have a reading area here, currently with some candy canes. We have a little bathroom. So obviously, you need that. Oh god, the frames! I'm so sorry. We have some custom paintings, by the way, that I added. Also all linked in the description. Our little desk. Lots of flowers. We have the elf on the closet. And something before I forget it. I did show the statistics, yes, but we have the other statistics, which of course are not really that exact since modded blocks and all that. We have never crafted sandstone. Interesting. Yeah, lots of random little things. We've used a lot of shears. We do that here. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, what? We've made black dye, I think this is supposed to mean. We haven't crafted ink sacs, I believe. I don't know what I believe. But yeah, we're gonna show the house. We're gonna show the area around our house. Well, like 2-3 projects that we have around here. And maybe check out the sheep, because something that sometimes happens in this world, I don't know if it's the world size, I don't know if it's like a small general chance that is included with all these mods. I don't know, either this world is cursed or not. I guess we will never know. I do want to figure it out though one day, but life is busy. Sometimes we find biomes where every group of sheep has the same colors. Like you find, you know, groups of 4 sheep, and every single group of these sheep have like a gray sheep. We had that happen 3 times with pink sheep. We have one biome where we have 21 naturally spawned pink sheep. I don't know what happened there, but we have that. This is our storage. I am very, very proud of this. I try to have every single item that is obtainable. It is a big work in progress. A lot of items are actually not really obtainable. Some plants that are just not spawning that we hope to find in structures. Structures have also been not really working the way they should lately. It appears that like a 12 GB world is not that good. Anyway, we have our crops. We do need a lot of them for trading to get more upgrades. These beautiful green frames, I wish we could disable them somehow. So we can have more stuff, because stuff is great. We love stuff on this channel. Then we have our wood storage. We are only missing like 4 saplings or so. The origin sapling included. I really want to find an origin island. It's like the main goal of this let's play, really. I don't know if we will ever find one, but I believe, okay? a part of me hopes that one day, while traveling, we'll just find something and we'll travel back in time, because you basically get Alpha Minecraft back, and I'm excited for that. Yeah, we have quite a few ores that we have collected over time that really need to be mined, but yeah, it's all kind of a struggle. Oh, one thing, we've never fought the Ender Dragon, by the way. We'll do that in episode 1000. We still need to find a stronghold for that. Yeah, a couple little random redstone things. More random stuff. And TNT. Yes. We have all the discs by now. At least most of them. Because there are some that I've just never found. Like the Mighty Disc here. And that one. I don't know where we... I don't know. We have our little colored storage. I really thought the lag could be coming from the big storage, but I removed all the drawers in a separate copy of the world. Nothing changed, like maybe 2 more frames. There is one hanging plant that you can't craft. We're hoping to find that in the village. If I had known you can't craft that early into the Let's Play, we probably would have it by now, but I only realized that, what, 50 episodes ago? So yeah, here we have our flowers. One of my favorite idols here. I love them. Especially because we managed to find the lupines. Lupines? Couldn't find them for the longest time. You can only find them, from what I found out, in mountain biomes. But there needs to be a river going through the mountain biome. Not a Minecraft river. One of the rivers from, I think here, the Streams mod, I believe. And then, next to the river, you can find these flowers. Don't ask me how any of this works, okay? I just like collecting and having completed collections. Here we have our little armor and tool section. Very proud of this one. Then we, of course, have the plant section. And this is where you notice that some stuff just kind of doesn't really spawn. For example, in plains, there is maiden grass. Not plains, just a general grass type, sorry. Never found that. Beach plants! We were missing 4 of them. We recently found the Pride of Madeira in a structure. That's the only reason we have that now. The other ones, no idea if we'll ever find them. We have some shrubs. Forest plants, we're missing so many. I'm starting to doubt they exist. So, there's that, and then back here we have some, like, bibliocraft stuff to decorate with, and of course this is where you notice we're missing some wood types, because if there's dirt, then that spot is reserved for another item. One that's missing for that category. Sadly, that's quite a few. I hope one day we can change that. Then we have my little chests of shame in here. We are spending way too much time in this laggy house. Okay, I meant to build a minecart track over to a nearby village to trade with the villagers easier. Then I installed the Waystones mod, and now I feel like this is a little bit wasted. But hey, we have a tunnel. This is our main farm. And obviously we need a lot of crops. We have a little enchanting table. I love Enchanting Plus, one of my favorite mods, because basically you put something in there and you choose your enchantments. Oh, we actually have enough levels for this, cool. It costs a little bit more than doing a random enchantment, but totally worth it in my opinion. I guess we can go over to the nether real quick. Usually I turn off the shaders for the nether. You will see why in a second. Because with shaders, the nether is actual hell. Hello. Yeah, you don't see much. I tried adding... I think it's all spawn-proofed, except for inside of here. Yeah, I think we maybe need to get some buttons or something in here. We have a cow that came through here ages ago. All of this is half-slabbed with carpenter's blocks. So we have one little aisle going down here. This is where the loft stopped, and you can go down into a fortress over there. That's usually not our main fortress. We also have a nice little view. I apologize for the noise, but hey, look at the performance. Still a bit laggy, but hey, it's old Minecraft, modded old Minecraft. Yeah, I feel very safe now that we've spawn-proofed everything. But it does look epic with shaders. Just you're not gonna catch me running around like this trying to gather any resources with shaders on. Nope, not gonna happen. Sorry, I'm scared. Yes, I'm 23 and I still don't like the Nether, okay? If you start playing this game as a child, it's gonna leave some trauma, okay? And then lastly, this little section over here is actually kind of cute. So I would like to still show that. We have one way out of here. And lastly, I'm almost proud of this. It appears there are some visitors. We built this, it's cute, and that is the fortress we usually go to. Fancy sword, my dude. Yeah, we have like a whole nice staircase going down there, even with nether bricks on the side to match the aesthetic. Yeah. Hey, let's leave this hell place. How about that, Since even the ghasts appear to hurt themselves on the thorns. Yeah, let's get out of here, you know. Let's go back to our nice, cozy space. And it was nice that we could leave the shaders on, because going back through the portal without shaders, it doesn't look like life in the woods without shaders, okay? That's all I'm saying. Why are we taking so much time just showing these very basic things? Oh my god. We have a little nether survival kit in here, by the way, with some necessities in case I would ever need them. I don't know. I like being prepared for the worst case scenarios. And yet I meant to die. Well, be killed. Okay, hello sir, sirs. And those guys are the reason we have that little garage door here. Because I don't want them walking around in my house. I'm sorry. Unless they're paying rent? Nah. We're gonna eat real quick. This always takes time. Oh, we still have some burger. I built this house without knowing there was a skeleton spawner underneath. So that was a fun discovery. We have a little seed storage here. I meant to turn these into saplings so we don't have the saplings yet. Oops. Where's the door? There's the door. These are the crops that take longer to grow in this biome, so we have a separate farm for them. We are working on having all the foods displayed here, but I want to have them in nice categories. Like here we have all the yogurts and stuff. Here I went with like various candy, cakes, just like sweet stuff. Over here we have some death. We don't really kill animals in here, by the way. There's one thing that I don't think I showed, which is this. Yeah, we had a few incidents. Some of these cows were accidents while mob hunting at night. This I don't agree with, but hey. That was the game killing us. Yeah, down here we have a chisel storage. There are many chiseled blocks that we are missing. Some that you cannot craft, which is very, very strange, really. I always struggle to find them whenever I want to show it. For example, no iron blocks you can have. Where are they? They are hiding here. Block of uranium. You want to know how to make it? Well, have some of them. Well, that's the answer. Block of tin. Have some of them. That's the answer. Block of silver. Have them. We found a structure near spawn when we basically started playing. It's like the Atlantis-like structure. There are blocks of lead in there. So those will be a nice addition to the storage. Another thing that we don't really have, weird zooming in and out, that happens, is various of the chiseled ice blocks. Work in progress, work in progress. We mainly need to find these structures, and lately whenever we are traveling, the further we go from spawn, the more Hiko structures we find. I thought it was a general thing from the mods. I did a little test. In other words, I get structures hundreds of thousands blocks away from spawn, so I think it's more likely the world size. So I feel like our amount of structures that we can still find is very limited, and that scares me. Yeah, we basically have most blocks in here. I want to reorganize this at some point, and we are still missing all of like the ores and stuff because I don't want to use my precious resources just yet. I want to do one big strip mining session, and then everything we gather from that we can use for this. I don't want to use what we currently have. What do you mean? My stacks of diamonds would be gone? Down here, I recently started this section here. Previously this was a netherwart farm, but we really don't need that many. Because Bibliocraft has all of these items and our storage upstairs is already pretty full. Like, where am I gonna put like all of these painting frames and shelves and desks and labels? Yeah, we need a separate storage for that. So down here it goes, I guess. Otherwise, a potion storage. Every potion in the game. I think there was one thing I forgot to show here. The Plant Mega Pack farm. We do finally have every crop. Took 700 episodes or so to get all of them, but now we have them. This is a slime chunk, by the way. Sometimes we have slimes jumping around in here. Always fun. Down here we have our water crop farm. We still have some water crops outside, but usually I try to get these because at some point I want to remove the ones outside. Yeah, we need to be on this level for them to spawn, otherwise they don't spawn, so then I push them down. Then I do this. And the reason we have so many chests here is because I'm cheap and I feel like, hey, why make dispensers with bows from hand when you can get free bows? So we repair these bows and then make dispensers. No, we don't have any use for dispensers, but if we are ever going to need them, we'll have them. This basically sends us to the bottom of the basement, where we have a couple more things. Over here I want to start strip mining. One day. Because I do want to stream most things. I like having as much footage of this world on the internet as possible, because I just feel bad for doing things off screen. So yeah, and I struggle with life, okay? A sugarcane farm. I thought at first the first sugarcane farm we built was the problem, because we built an automatic one. It wasn't that. I basically destroyed that and built this for no reason, but now we have more sugarcane. It's just not automatic. That's the only difference. Down here we have our little fruit and nut tree farm. Every single tree that's in the game we have down here, fruit-wise, including the paperbark tree, which lost its leaves one day. Don't ask questions, okay? I don't know either. I really like this room. Building this took a while, but worth it in my opinion. We still have some fruit trees outside. Yes, I struggle to pronounce the word fruit. I know, very funny. If you consider the fact that I named myself Kiwi. One day, the outside will look pretty. That might still take some time. We have the green stuff, because I didn't realize that our skeleton farm gives us bones, which act as bone meal, so I was like, hey, let's make a compost farm, which acts as bone meal. To be fair, if you bone meal saplings, you get a small baby tree instead, which I like. So yeah, that's that. And of course, we also have a little cactus farm. Just for future purposes, for insane project plans I have, which we are going to get to in a second. A lot of these basement floors are not really used. One day they will be, but I don't know when that day will be yet. But hey, with trying to obtain more and more items, we need more space. So, who knows how things are gonna look in episode 1000, which is just like 3 months away, and that does kind of scare me, if I'm being honest. Back to the laggy bedroom. Okay. We are going to start with the beach area. We'll go over to the beach cabins. We'll go over to the everyday life area from there. And from there on, we'll go over to the mountain cabins, cabin mountains, whatever you want to call them. There's no correct way of arranging the words. We recently worked a little bit on making the beach area close to our home look nicer. Because previously we just had the lighthouse. And now we also have like a small little boat there and a lot of plants. I really like that. Makes me very happy whenever I look at that. Okay, I hope we're not gonna get murdered as we step outside. We have a random little scarecrow. I thought it was an object, a block that we'd place down and would be decor. I didn't realize it's a mob, which is why he's missing half a heart. He's not really doing anything though. I still haven't tested if he would kill any pigs or so that would come around. This is our old sugarcane farm. We have a couple apple trees around here. Yeah, the cactus fruits are staying for a bit longer. And the further we're gonna get away from home, the better our frames will be. Just saying. And yeah, these palm trees were all that you were going to see in this area were all built by hand because for some reason bone meal doesn't really work on the saplings. At least on this height level. I don't know. So these were all built by hand. My beloved lighthouse. We have a little hammock here. Have a little relaxing area, you know, if you just want to chill and not worry about life. Nothing is in here really, other than the staircase and a nice view. Always takes a little bit. And there you go. Yes, that sacred oak tree, I've been meaning to cut that down for a long time, but teenage me said silly things, and now I need real life footage when I want to cut that down, and that is a work in progress. That is our temporary tree farm to get some of the random wood types that are in the game, because you just need a variety. And here you can see some of our water crops. I want to remove them at some point. At some point I also want to remove all the flowers and replace them with the different varieties of flowers that we have in the game. Over there you can see the beach cabins. Over there you can see the mountain cabins. But what if we do something really funky and jump down here? I don't think I've ever done that. Second death. Wonderful. That's how it's gonna happen. Well, first real death. And as we were working on the beach here, replacing some of the dirt with sand, adding plants. Ah, trees! My dude. This is why I don't like long showcases in the basement. Makes me forget that mobs spawn outside, but like, how did he spawn so far away from home? Oh, my heart. If there's one thing I hate, it's natural terrain getting destroyed. I know that's very funny after I said I want to remove all the flowers and replace them with different ones, but I'm thinking about getting like maybe a cute rainbow pattern going or something like that. Either way, are we safe here? As we were doing this, I realized there's a random little tiny cave there. That's basically it, like 2 more blocks there and then it's closed again. I want to build like a little secret pirate party groove inspired by Stardew Valley probably down there. Okay. And yeah, we just added a bunch of plants. The reason we managed to have these here is because the blocks underneath them are carpenter's blocks filled with dirt, so the plants can grow because they can't grow on sand. And with carpenter's blocks you can basically add like a carpet, including like a side carpet if we have. Yeah, here we have one that showcases that. You know, it's like a couple extra layers, but like that you can have whatever you want at the beach. Then we have one more little relaxing area here with some drinks. We have a little bench here. We have a little swing. If you just really want to relax. That cabin is cursed. Sometimes I think if I should go back in and rework it to make it abandoned. Because the funny thing is with a long-term Let's Play, things are gonna get funky at some point. We had weird crashes happening that were caused by bibliocraft items. Whenever we would like place chairs or especially bookcases, mainly when we filled bookcases with books, the game would crash. It happened mainly while working on this cabin. So I don't like going in there anymore, okay? We worked on the beach recently up until here. You know, No, I think these two things I still added. Okay, and the Pride of Madeiras, because they're new. But all of this we have done quite some time ago. And yeah, this brings us to the beach cabins. Again, all trees hand-built. I tried to stick to how they generate naturally. I don't know if I did a good job. We have a little bar here. You know, I didn't intend to the dance floor to be a missing texture, but here we are. I really like this cabin. It still needs some love. But again, we had some crashes happening while working on this. So, a part of me is scared to do anything in these cabins. Because I just don't want to deal with crashes. They just randomly stopped one day. That's the thing. We have this wonderful river. I'm talking about these types of rivers that you need in mountains for lupines to spawn. I want to add something there at some point, but for now the beach cabins are basically finished, which is very nice to say. I have another little hammock here between the trees. I call this the cookie dough roof cabin. Has some cute little decor. I really like working with DecoCraft and some of the Bibliocraft things. And also the chisel mod, it can be very nice. So yeah, there's that. We have this cabin. I also really like this one. We have like a bunch of hanging stuff. And like this bed that's sort of like tucked away with a really nice view. Maybe one day we'll do something with that island. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Lots of maybes in this Let's Play. We have a little picnic area with a bird bath. Oh, I did build one of these that way. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I would do that this time and day anymore. Funky. Funny thing, when you have a Let's Play that's been going on since 2020, you don't remember what you've done. Small little cabin with a cute little fish bowl, some books. Yes, and then if we go down here, some of these bushes were already here. I didn't do all of them. We have a little bench. We have some coconut trees that I added because I felt like that just kind of fits. Some more chill areas here. And then we have this cute area. I really like the squid toy. I think I did great with that one. We have the boat rental. We're gonna need to eat real quick. I do want to add a bunch of lily pads around here still, like different types of lily pads, the small, the medium ones, the flowering ones. With time that will come. So in here we have some more boats, and of course more boats. That's the everyday life area. It was my temporary name. I guess that's the official name now. I don't know. That one is not finished yet. This on the other hand I think is kind of finished. Still needs little details in some cabins, but for the most part it's finished. This, on the other hand, yeah, it's gonna need some love. Maybe also a bit more terraforming around here. In general, in this biome, when you see these empty patches without flowers, yeah, then we terraformed that because there were lots of random little drops and hills and just weird terrain. So I did a lot of terraforming. I love this area. That building, on the other hand, it looks so depressing to these other colorful ones, so I want to kind of change that. But a few episodes ago I made a joke how, you know, since that's the bakery and these people have to get up in the middle of the night to bake bread, they're probably not in the best mood, so maybe the facade of the house just represents their spirit. I don't know. Hi, I'm a comedian. We have some cute little market stalls. I absolutely love building these, and something I realized, DecoCraft has these like carrot piles, and they also have the carrot barrels. You can put the carrot piles on top of the barrels. That is the coolest thing. Same thing with the potatoes. I slayed when I came up with that. This is one of my favorite things I've ever built. The little flower shop. While building this I realized you can really put multiple flowers into one flower pot. I love this one so much. It is so pretty. Yes, my girly spirit really came through here. You have a little bathroom even. And then back here, you know, of course you can also close this. You have the staff room where they can prepare more plans and all that. Oh, you did so good with this build. They have the little garden, of course, because you need more plants, right? So you can kind of look in and out from here, but it's like a little bit shielded off. And this is where they grow their plants. They have a lot of plants. Yeah, I really like this one. We're gonna sleep real quick. Here we have one more market stand. The apple-y one. Well, with some pears and bananas, but a lot of apples. Oh god, my legs. Okay, I'm gonna sit up. And I think ouch, my foot has fallen asleep. This is fine. This is fine. Yep. This is the sacrifice you make when you have a long-term Minecraft world. This is the first thing that we built here. I feel like the music's really loud, but I think maybe that's just me again, because usually it's me. This is the cafe. And, you know, a lot of the paintings that we are displaying here, we've done with Bibliocraft. I've showed the painting frames before. They have the painting press, which is really cool. If you have a custom resource pack, you can just import paintings and hang it up like that. I've always wanted to start making pixel art, and one of my plans is that once I do make pixel art, and it does look like absolute garbage, so give me 20 years, I want to make a pixel art menu, turn it into a resource pack, well, texture pack. Is it resource pack, texture pack? What do we have here? Resource packs, okay. And then hang up a menu in here, because I think that would be really cute. Right now we just have the green tea is 15% off today. I think it's pretty cute, but I would really like to add something more to this. They have this nice little outside area where you can sit and enjoy your pastries or tea. I love the fence. Yeah, I just love this one. If you ever need spices, this is the place to go. Yes, I overdid this, I'm aware. And this is the depressing bakery. Don't worry about the candles. Nothing's gonna burn. It's just a little windy in here. Yeah, we still haven't eaten the cake we have at home. It's a crime. And back here, they have the little baking area, obviously with lots of ovens and this cute little baking table and lots of little things. All vegan ingredients, of course. And yeah, that's the everyday life area. I have lots of things I want to add to this, but I think for a start, this one is pretty good. Alright, I do want to change so many things about our surrounding biomes, but what do you mean? We're 900 episodes in and we've barely done anything at this point. This is a naturally spawned structure. This little beekeeping dude, we're keeping him safe, but we added this little side garden to his house, because the funny thing with Plant Megapack is if you break the plants often enough, okay, of course now it's not doing it, you sometimes get double drops. I like flowers, I like plants, I feel bad for constantly doing this to get more plants. So we have this to quote unquote take cuttings. But I've realized a lot of times we come out of here with just like 16, 20 extra plants. And that's not worth it. So we need to think about something here. We're keeping him safe, so no zombies come in here. Yeah, we still need all the pattern stamps. That's something I haven't done at all in this Let's Play. I've never worked with them. They scare me. I don't know them, so I'm terrified. Yes, that is where we used to get our discs and just trap creepers in there. Fun times. All our fruit trees. One day I will bring myself to say goodbye to them. That day is still far into the future. They've been here for so long. What do you mean I'm supposed to remove them? Couple oak trees for just basic wood. There comes the lag again. And, yeah, now we're going to enter the mountain cabins. Cabin mountains. We have a cute little beach here that we've had for a while. Did I repair the stolen blocks? I think I did. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is... I really like this area. It's super cute. Don't do this in real life, but there's a cute little fire pit near the mountain. Like I said, lots of thieves around this area. It's a dangerous area here. Up there's the first cabin we've ever built. And something we've done a lot after episode 800 is adding plant life to this project. So a lot of these plants were built in, like, they didn't really spawn, except for some of the fountain grass. But even I removed a lot of it and placed it back down later. Here, this is what happens if you use compost instead of bone meal. You get cute little baby trees. I like that. This isn't the first cabin that we've built, but it's a funky one, so I want to show it, okay? You may be wondering, what the heck are you doing here, Kiwi? We always eat delighted meals, right? They require smoothies. What do smoothies require? Snowballs. Hey, he has a painting of himself here. He's happy. And otherwise, I just kind of turned this into this crazy alchemist, witchy cabin. Because just having a snowman in here wasn't weird enough. Okay. So, there's that one. Now we come to the normal cabins, okay? And now things are gonna get normal. I still haven't talked about project plans. Oh gosh. I really like this one. I like to imagine we have like this herbalist type of person living here. Something I really want to do with the cabins is add lore items. Which means in chests like this we would have like a little journal, as in we get a book and quill and actually write something for them. I want to add like maybe get a couple plants, like rename this one, call it a dried plant and put it in here. You know what I mean? Just something to give them more personality. And yeah, this is one of the first things we actually ever really managed to finish. Minus the details, but details take a lot of time. I love this project. I love it even more since we added all the plants. I love this little pond with the little picnic table, and it's just so cute. I like to imagine this is the mayor's house. So he has his fancy head, his lectern to prepare his speeches, and the fancy wine, because he can afford that. Where is he getting it from? I don't know. Also one of the first cabins we've built. A lot of them are pretty small. But, you know, we'll show some more stuff that will make sense for the people not having kitchens. This is like the working couples cabin in my mind. Definitely needs details. Definitely needs details. The loft cabin. One of my favorite things we've built here. I think it's amazing. Like you can see the little flowers, you can see the sidewalk, you know, with the path going down like this and the windows, it's amazing. We have the little kid area up here. I just love this one so much. This is one of the best things I've ever built in over a decade of playing this game. A decade and a half, honestly. And then of course, you need some bread. We got you! This is where the baker lives, hiding their valuables underneath the flour. Except they don't have valuables because we're not getting around to that. Then the farmer, of course. And if we keep on going, it's now good with the flowers and plants and, you know, with all the greenery. We had a couple tulips coming in from the flower field next door. And down here, if you fall down and break your neck, it's not too bad. Don't worry, you're already at the graveyard. We've built a little church. Because I guess that's something graveyards tend to have. The sapling doesn't want to grow, so it just lives there. And yeah, this is the graveyard. Because obviously we need to dispose of the dead people somewhere. Incidents happened while working on this project. And then this one is a big work in progress that's gonna take a lot of time still. So don't get scared by the looks of it. But there was this massive mountain with a hole in here. The hole we've covered up by now because we built up there. It's always a little bit scary for mobs. I want to close up this mountain. We're doing pretty good on that already. Doesn't look like it, but trust me, we are. And have just a passage going through the mountain over to this beach. that biome there. I want to remove all the trees because they can be a little bit laggy. It's not the best biome performance-wise, so that is also something we'll be doing one day. Who placed the grass block there? I don't know. Wasn't me. Yeah, that's where we sometimes get granite. So this is the bottom area down here. And now we can go back upstairs. Future projects. In case it isn't obvious by having a long-term Minecraft Let's Play in this time and age. Yes, I'm autistic. Yes, I have problems. Yes, I have way too many weird project plans. One of the things I want to do in this world, hopefully before everything corrupts beyond repair, because that's something we need to worry about these days, I guess, is I want to build a city. And not just a city, you know. I'm talking a realistic city. As in, we're gonna add dozens of hotels with hundreds of rooms, all furnished and decorated. We're gonna add hundreds of apartments, all furnished and decorated individually. We're gonna add offices, stores, all of that. It will take thousands of episodes. I don't think we'll ever finish that, but that is one thing I want to do. Yes, that is one of my biggest dreams. Yeah, we have little details like this around the place. I think it's cute. We have even a little well here. Just nicely overgrown. We have the tavern. And next to the massive city, I would also like to build a medieval village at some point. Also pretty big, but you know, not gonna take 5,000 episodes. So this is the place to get drunk. We have a staff member who walked in here on his own free will. Okay. Like we were building this and he stayed in here. At some point I had to put a roof on top and close up the walls. He wants to be here. And then of course, if you drink too much, this is where you go to throw up. And if you're too drunk to get home, we got you. You can stay here. Or alternatively, we sneak out at night and get drunk in the storage. I love this build. I've never really done anything like this before, so very happy with this. Yeah, there are some off-the-path cabins that I tend to forget about. We have this one, very, very small. Needs details. We'll get it one day. Then we have this little cabin. I love this one, because we have, like, books. I love books. Super cute. We have a path that goes here from the entrance of the biome down there. We'll show that later. We'll get back there. Because it all kind of connects. That's the nice part about this project biome. I don't know. We have this cabin. Very, very cute. Have some flowers down here. And then the family bedroom up here. Ignore the leaves coming in through the wall. Sometimes there is a little bit mold in here, okay? And again, I even like decorated the backyard area like this. I spent way too much time putting plants everywhere where I believe it's worth it. I have plans for this area. I've been saying that for like 500 episodes. Small little cookie sewing cabin. Then this one I forgot in episode 800. I feel bad about it. It's a cute little cabin. One of the few with ladders, and I really like the upstairs area here, like with the bamboo, the little desk, the high windows, nice view. This mountain was very much terraformed by hand, because including the mountain you'll see over there in a second, because the game generated them looking like they were cut off with a knife. And I was like, nope, we're not gonna have... I mean, it still looks pretty clean cut, but we added a lot of little layers to that. And a lot of plants. Took a lot of time. Was worth it in my opinion. This is one of my favorite cabins. I absolutely love this one. Has this nice little sunroom. And, you know, construction in the area kept going. Previously they looked at nature. Now they look at more cabins. How the passage of time changes things. This is the little bedroom. I like how the bookshelf is like multi-sided, if that makes sense here, you know? Yeah, this is just really, It's always a struggle to get around here, but I love this. Maybe we should have added bookshelves there too. Oh. But yeah, this is this cabin. This is where you can go down to the new, no longer under construction area. We have a little park area because I felt like that was necessary to have again. Little picnic bench, swing, bench, bird bath, bird house, everything you need. A sweet little cabin. With carpet, cute doggo plushie, some books. And then we have this one here. Also pretty small, but you know, I try to add personality here and there into them. Yeah, that mountain was my nemesis. This cabin, one of my favorites, because we really did something here with these half walls, I think, which just kind of separates everything. The fact that we have like this artisty cabin, also just chef's kiss. We have like this hidden bedroom here, it still has like this nature view. We could really add like one more plant here, come on. Like the painting above the window. I really like it. Yeah, we have some different flowers in there. That is this bottom area. So much to show, so much to show. Small cabin, nothing too crazy about this one. Yeah, there's a sign there, just saying. I'll get there in a second. This is also one of my favorite cabins. We have a cute bedroom. Sadly, since this is a DecoCraft bed and DecoCraft is sometimes special, the bed goes over the actual block limit there, so this means all of this can't have anything. I would have loved to put a painting there. Either we remove the bed or we don't have a painting. And then we have like the older kid bedroom, I like to imagine. Yeah. Also pretty cute. And then, this mountain. You know how parrots always talk about their adventure, miles of climbing hills to go to school? Yep, everyone has to do that here. This is where the school is. This is one of the cabins in here. I think this one's super cute. It has a little backyard. Not a lot of cabins have that. Yeah. Added some berry bushes too. Little compost bin. Little bench. Look at the ocean. I love this area. And then we keep on going. This cabin, I thought I was doing something with it. I don't know how I feel about this, because you have to climb up here and then you're in. I don't know how I feel about it really. Still needs a lot of love. And you climb further. Again, same thing with this one. I was really trying to, you know, change things up. But I kind of like the inside of this one. Again, we have a half wall separating like the bedroom desk area. And then one of my favorite things of this whole project, the library. Recently we finally had enough books to complete this. Yeah, these are all individual books, by the way. And we don't have cows, so we had to make all of that with burlap. I still want to add like a little table and stuff in here. So, not fully finished, I guess, but almost. And then, at the very back, we have the school. So, you have the little cafeteria down here, you know, and a little bathroom. I don't know why the torch is still here. Some books. And the playground, which I've been meaning to secure a little bit more, but I always forget about it. Little bench if you want to watch the kiddos. Have a bunch of like toys and like playground equipment. I could have sworn I had another wall here. It isn't there anymore. Some swings, another little bench, and everything has had plants added by hand, including all the way down here, the mountain, which no one is really gonna see. This is where you can really see where we terraformed. Beautiful. Yeah, that is the school playground, but of course that doesn't conclude the school. Because they have the classroom here. I love this one. Yeah, did great with this one. I'm really proud of it. Great build. And then in the back here we have like the little archives. I don't know, I'm smiling right now, I'm sorry. Other future projects, there are some, but right now I think it's realistic that we really finish the little things we have going on, fully finish, and also the storage. I want to have so many more items, so it will be a lot more traveling, but traveling brings up all these questions if my world is corrupted or if that's just old Minecraft which is too modded. I don't know. We'll go down there in a second. This is where the rich people live. This was the last addition to this project pretty much. Getting up here was a struggle, but we somehow made it work and it doesn't look too bad with the staircase. These people have some bigger cabins because they have money. Yeah, we have this one here, which is kind of cute. And then you go up here, you have a little piano, and I really like the bedroom. Yeah, it's pretty cute. I like it. And then this cabin is also really, really nice. If you ignore the creepy little jump scares you as you enter, we have another little fishy. We have a nice little kitchen. With, you know, I like how we put down the ceiling a little bit to have to hang stuff. But, you know, you have a good little desk, you know, nothing too crazy just yet. The lamp is actually a little bit too modern for this whole project. Now it's there. The half wall separating the bed from the staircase is a bookcase. Isn't that one amazing? I'm so proud of that. That looks so nice. I love it. Yeah, that is this cabin. This one is also pretty nice. I realized they don't have books in here, and I think that's a crime. So they have like this nice couch area. They have a big kitchen, nice dining area, some household stuff for once. But they also have this nice little terrace here. You can like really view. I like how the bridge over there doesn't show because it's deco craft. And then you go up, and yeah, this is the bedroom of the kiddo, and then this is the parents' bedroom. You can like look down there again. I love this. Like you can really see that my building improved, I think, as we kept going in this project. And then lastly we have this one. I really like this one. We have like this cute little kitchen with a bookshelf under the staircase. We have a pretty bedroom with lots of natural light, pretty bookshelf, some desk space. That swamp down there is one thing I want to revamp. I have some ideas for that, but I always get distracted by various projects. I need to calm down on that, you know? We have another sunroom here. And yeah. Once we change the swamp, that is one structure that we found when we got here. Fun little water tower. Yes, I just love this. This is cozy. I would love to just spend like a weekend here. Or a month. Just away from society. I could use that. And yes, we have a couple more cabins left, of course. Once we get down here, that is always the longest part. Okay, and this is one of the first areas we added plants to. And I really like this one. It's pretty cute. We have this, the reason there is this sign up there. Where is it? There. Because we have another, this was the first market stand I ever built. So the others in the everyday life area are just copycats. But yeah, this is a cute little thing. And we have the field. Have we closed this up yet? Oh, we closed up. So something that we sometimes had to do is it underneath us? Is mine into little half caves to get more stone for all the mountain terrain. Like this one, you can still see where the game had its clean cuts, and I just tried my best to not make it look the way it does. I'm not good at terraforming, so I did the best I could, okay? I'm okay with it now. It's not amazing, but hey. The plants definitely made it look a bit nicer. Yeah, that's the field. And the field belongs to these people here in the farmhouse. One of the biggest cabins we have. And one of the cutest. I still want to add something here. First I thought I'd put the bookshelf here, but I don't know. Cute little couch. Wonderful amount of books. Cute little kitchen. Some wine storage. A nice big fish tank. And then the bedroom. So that's this one. But, of course, the farming people, they have stuff. They have a basement. Has my dog went out of the room? Oh, please no, we're almost done with this. That is their basement. This is where they store their produce to make it last. Okay, the dog laid back down. Some more wine. Some tofu links. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this. Especially with all the chiseled blocks. Gives off nice vibes, I think. Okay, and let me close this back up. Once I forgot to showcase the basement and I felt very bad about it. Of course, the farm people also have their little barn here. Pretty cute. Building that roof made me lose a big percentage of my sanity. And then we have a little pasture here. These are all animals that we rescued from up there, hanging on trees and side of cliffs. They all wanted to eat themselves, and now they live here. They're happy, I promise. They don't always look happy, but sometimes, yeah, there we go. They jump around. Look at them. They're happy. Then if we go back here, we have some more little fields. We even have some like hidden mushrooms growing back here. We have the little orchard back here. Again, added a lot of plants here. And then we have a path going down into the swamp. And yeah, I keep saying, we'll do something with the swamp soon, but I can't even finish my damn storage. So the swamp will have to wait a bit longer. Maybe, like next time I would like to do more traveling, just in hopes of finding more items for the storage. Checking out some structures that we haven't been to since like episode 5, that we haven't found since then either. And yeah, then maybe the everyday life area and detailing the cabins. And then we can start thinking about some other projects. We have this little cabin here, little desk. I don't like the way I did the kitchen area here. I don't like the block types. But I also don't want to change it anymore. I like this cabin here. I have a cute little fishy here again. Separated bedroom. And a nice little garden. Yeah. Of course. A lot of cabin. Here, this is the path that puts you up to the pond again. So this all kind of connects. A lot of cabins don't have kitchens, and you may be like, well, Kiwi, why do you starve your people here? We don't. This is the communal dining hall. This is where everyone can go, you know, and get food. Isn't that nice? They're prepared for everything. They're so high-tech that they even have a fridge. Despite the rest of this project being set a little bit before fridges were invented. Yeah, we can see our house from here. We can even see the lighthouse. Like, here's the thing. Like, we have so much DecoCraft and BiblioCraft items around this project. And yet it is not lagging here. Why is my house lagging? This is the very latest cabin. I imagined it differently than how it looks here. So we have this cute little entrance, like office area, office living room area, and you go up here, have the bedroom, you have some more space to sit down and write. But underneath here was a opening to one of the caves that I often went in to get stone. So I just put in these trapdoors and now that's there. Don't ask questions, okay? And this passage here again brings us to the entrance of the biome. This was all basically here by default already. I just made it look pretty and a little bit easier to get through. Those are the cabin mountains. There's one little thing I guess I could still show over here. Over there were these pumpkins, and I was always like, we need a pumpkin and melon farm, you know? Ignore the stolen blocks. And there was also this half-open cave here. Like, open cave that isn't an actual cave. So we just put a pumpkin and melon farm in here. I don't know how to build an automatic one in this version. And yeah, that is basically our world. That is everything we've done, which I feel like compared to other long-term Let's Plays, it doesn't feel like a lot, but I try to do everything in the Let's Play. Occasionally we do grind streams. I hope to do more of those next year when I hopefully have my life a bit more under control. Where we would just get the trees, get the farm, make food, go strip mining, like just do those things that take so much time that aren't that exciting to watch. Like here in our 14 FPS house, do you really want to watch me cut down these trees with 14 frames for 20 minutes? I don't even enjoy doing that one myself. And I still want to get a lot more wood, like ideally 500 stacks. And then we could build the secret garden. Building it without having a lot of food prepared? Kind of scary. So yeah, that is our world. That's the stuff that we've been doing. I don't like that we have a dev now. I don't count it as my dev, but it's still there in the statistics, which really bothers me. Yeah, episode 1000. We'll go beat the Ender Dragon. Maybe that is where we'll actually die for the first time. If that happens, I'll be okay, but I'm super excited for that because we'll unlock so many new item types. Like, we'll finally get Endstone, and I think there's also like some biomes of plenty stuff in the end. Like, I haven't been to the end in so long. So yeah, I'm excited to see the stuff that we may be able to obtain in 100 episodes. Yeah, let's fill up our saturation. Happy 900 episodes. Yeah, I guess I could showcase our pink sheep, because I always do that. Did I really not forget anything? I always, like, really worry about forgetting stuff. Death 1, I didn't count it as my death even when we went to retrieve our stuff. Sometimes we have city building spots that we already went for. Yeah, this one. It has a hiko tree. These are the structures we mainly find these days. And here we have every group of sheep here had a pink sheep. We just gathered all of them. I did dye them! We found them like this. Actually we still have it on the atlas here. It felt like we're in new terrain. Yep, that's where the atlas broke. That was just wiped. This is why we have journey map now. But, 2 pink sheep. Let me get away from these guys, they're a little bit loud. When we were working our way through this path, we found pink sheep for the first time, and we found 2 of them right next to each other in a lush forest, I believe they're called. I didn't look around properly enough, because when we went further we found these guys and I was like, what the actual heck? I went back there in a copy of the world, and then I realized this biome too. Every group of sheep has a pink sheep. We haven't been back there. One day we will. In this cherry blossom grove we found another pink sheep, but just one. I believe that is the only natural pink sheep we've ever found. And yeah, this is where we found 21 of them. Recently we found another whole thing of them. Wait, where is it? God, this is always so confusing. Did I not put one of these here? Okay. Basically, this is where we died in that desert temple. Somewhere 20k blocks away from our death, I luckily placed the waystone, because we found pink sheep again. Every group of sheep had a pink sheep there. And I was like, wow, well, that's kind of interesting. I think in this forest here. I think somewhere around here we placed the waystone. And that made it pretty easy to get back to our stuff within 3 episodes. But, yeah. Still wasn't really fun. Especially because I don't really think the death was my fault. But this stupid desert temple. This is what killed us. If it would have been the TNT, I would have accepted it, but no. It was the game crashing, and then us needing 2 minutes to load back in, and me forgetting time keeps going. Yeah, this is the little world we have. Until episode 1000, like I said, I would like to travel from here to spawn, mainly because we have... I put an extra warp stone in a chest at spawn, because I was like, one day we are going to die, and it's gonna suck. And we built 5k blocks away from spawn. We need a way to get home. So one day we went to spawn, placed the chest with a warp stone there, and then went traveling again. And when we died, we were thankfully able to port home, gather some stuff, then port to the waystone with the other pink sheep, and then get our stuff back. I don't like that we died. But yeah, that's like something I want to do, get to spawn, check out structures, hopefully get some new items in the meantime. A little bit of, you know, adding details to our projects that we're working on, finding a stronghold. And yeah, that's like the big thing, really. Yeah, that's my world. That's what we do here. Maybe you should do one in front of these little guys. I don't like the Hiko tree. Let me... So we have the logo in the top left corner. Yeah, look at the camera. You're doing great. This is the Let's Play. It is nothing too crazy, but at the same time, we have absolutely insane stuff going on and planned. I don't know why we have sheep like that. I don't know what's causing it. So yeah, every 100 episodes we do this. Every 100 episodes I sit here for over an hour, showcasing every single cabin and realizing how much I still want to do in this world. And how much I hope that little things like this, or the fact that we mainly find these guys instead of cool structures, I hope that this doesn't mean we're gonna lose this world one day. We were close with the Atlas, but we were able to repair it. And one of the big lessons I can give from having this forever world, as people call it these days, make backups. Make backups of your stuff, kids. Really, a lot of them, in different places. Have one directly on your PC, have one on Google Drive, have one on a flash drive. Put them everywhere. Yeah, that's the world. I'm gonna stop yapping now. This is long enough. Thank you for watching. Feel free to tag along in the Let's Play. There is a lot of yapping, a lot of me using these videos as a way of therapy. Lots of random talking about recipes I'm making and complaining about people at the grocery store that have no spatial awareness. The usual, you know, that's just life. Life in blog form with a lot of mods that I love very much. Thank you for being here. Stay hydrated. Take your meds, take your vitamins. And yeah, goodbye!